the side like this. Okay? Two things. One, it gives them the advantage to think that they can spin and stand up. Second, it makes more of a change in the angle between the brisket and the belly. Okay? And that makes it hard to shear. Okay? They're not on their backbone. They're off to one side, but not too far over. Okay? And you push you have this leg right here. And you do have to clamp your legs together.
So you've got it.
I'm not squeezing the heck out of them, but I very definitely have them. And some sheep that are a little bit stiff, when you push that leg back in there, you have to really kind of. But I very definitely have a grip on this sheep.
So you've got it from the elbow all the way up the leg, then, pretty much.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
And so you see where the foot comes up in here, but the foot's loose. But
And
basically, it's along the side of your face.
Keep it tilted on the right.
And
Okay.
my inside foot is tucked right up against it. Don't set it like this and then let it go to, don't have, if you have no pressure here, the animal's going to want to go that way, roll that direction. And so you have to have, it's tucked under there. My foot is keeping it from rolling that direction. Okay, the fact that I'm clamping with my knees, okay, keeps it in the position I want. To smooth this part a little more, then you just step back with your outside leg. You can just step back and you just extend your inside leg, and that smooths this. Okay? You don't want to sit them too straight up and down. They get uncomfortable. Here the gut pushes on the diaphragm. Okay. Now, one place that people are having, well, of course, then you take flank to flank, and I'll show that when I shear it. When you're going out the leg and you go under here and take one off the top, you would have to remember to move your outside leg back and roll your inside knee to the outside brisket. Now see what it does to this leg here? Because a lot of you have the question of, when you're coming to shear this, the first blow along here, for one thing, the sheep is laying too far into you, but they tend to want to pull their leg in, and you're going, well, when I come in here, when I'm pushing here, what do I do with my hand? If you've got them tipped back and your knee is into this outside brisket, they kind of naturally want to hold this leg straight. And so as you roll the wool a little bit gently, don't ever pull out. As you roll it a little gently there, you can go right under your hand. And now you start to come back. And you see how I'm walking the sheep around? When I get ready to do this undermine, that butt is aiming to that corner. All right? So you have to walk around the sheep in order to do that. Now, this sets you up in the right position to step down the board. And so you're going to move your outside leg forward, then your inside leg. And you go straight down the board. You don't go diagonal down the board. But you've got the sheep on a slight diagonal, and you're going to go straight down the board. Grab the cheek wool here, just below the cheek wool or the cheek, which kind of depends on the animal a little bit. Basically, grab them by the wool down here with your thumb towards your outside knee. Right? This helps steady the head when you're going to do the top knot. Outside leg, inside leg. Let the sheep drop through. See how easy the head moves here? Don't crank it back. They hate that. Don't crank it back. Tip it down, muzzle down, open up. Cheek. Okay. Other side. See how far down I have to get on these lambs? Right in here, I've got my inside knee pushing against its inside brisket, its near brisket. And if the thing starts to kick, I can put a little bit of pressure here and actually push it against my outside foot, which will help hold it there. And you see, because of the angle that I have the sheep, I'm using my elbow and part of my arm to hold the head and the neck up. That leaves my left hand available to manipulate the wool here for whatever I need to do and to pull that leg up. Now, once you've got this angle right, coming down this side, you're not very far from laying it down into the short blow. short close, back up, step over, back up a tiny bit, base of the ear, inside leg out away from the sheep, but not too far, out away from the sheep. Pull it over, mostly with your outside leg and foot, but of course you're holding here, pull it a little bit there, but most of it. Now see how I've got it tucked up? You can't be too far forward. You cooperate. You can't be too far forward here because the sheep will feel like it can get up. And you don't have control of the sheep here. Okay? So you have to be backed into the sheep. See how it stays up there? Okay? So you're going to clear the cheek. And then you've got the brisket a little bit pinched here because you have this bottom leg in. That's fine. As you come down the neck and you drop into that brisket, you drop that bottom leg and go into the brisket, getting this little bit that's usually left over right in here. Okay? If you've got socks, don't hold the leg and shear it. Just support the leg a little and shear it. If it's really woolly, you can lift up on the leg and come in this direction, turning the blade, you know, come in this direction and clean the inside of the sock. Okay, it's a little bit harder than to turn it the other way to come like this. So you can just go, stay bent in on it. All the way to the outside, heels together, toes apart. Stay bent in on it. Use your left hand on the point of the shoulder to pick the sheep up to you. Right, I know there won't be wool there because you would have shorn it, but still use the point of the shoulder. Use your fingers to manipulate that skin. Remember, you've shorn flank to flank, so this belly wool here is all gone. So this one comes in right under the leg here. Full comb, flank to flank. Let it go on the other hand. Come to the top, run out, do the top. All the way. Okay. Now, we'll see how well it works in real life. Good? So remember, pear shape. Now the first blow here, you're going to use the top tooth a bit, but that's going to depend on how woolly. Sometimes the way the wool is there, you have to use the bottom tooth to get in. But basically, you're running this one top tooth down, bottom tooth up slightly. The other time you use the top tooth, there's a couple actually, sometimes going out the top here, but also opening up the neck, near side, top tooth down, bottom tooth up slightly.